President Buhari reassures the South-South of sustained implementation of development program for the Niger Delta region as he takes his campaign train to Delta and Edo States.
We need neutral people so that we further protect the integrity of the process.
INEC meets vice-chancellors of universities, promises not to engage lecturers who are card-carrying members of political parties as returning and collation officers.
This project would mean a combination of service centers where technical capacity and training will occur.
In line with its diversification policy, federal government launches new initiative to boost agricultural production. Good evening. Thanks for joining us on Network News. I'm Cyril Stober in Abuja. Reading tonight also is Michael Olale in our Lagos Network Center, and of course Sadia Umardigi from Sokoto. President Muhammadu Buhari says the governing APC is committed to sustaining the implementation of its robust programs of action towards the development of the Niger Delta for enhanced standard of living of the people. This, he said, is to appreciate the significant contributions of the region to the nation's economic well-being. The president was speaking in Warri during the APC presidential campaign rally in the state, popularly referred to as the Big Hurt of the nation. State House correspondent Adamu Sambu has details.
The turnout of people at the Warri Township Stadium was not only massive but unprecedented. For this to happen in a state under the control of an opposition party, the people of Delta, the Big Heart, may have indeed spoken as to where their interests lie in the forthcoming elections. Speaker after speaker at the rally, including the APC governorship candidate for Delta State, Great Ogboru, give reasons for the remarkable demonstration of support for the governing APC in the state.
The next level which you are using for these campaigns means to us here a new Delta. Because we know that with you we are able to do what had not happened here before.
APC National Chairman Adams Oshomole also spoke in the same vein, assuring the people that sustainable future for the country can only be guaranteed by the APC.
Mr. President, everything you promised them, you have done. That is about integrity, that is about character, that is about symbolizing the best in a human being.
President Muhammadu Buhari noted with satisfaction the renewed sense of hope and fulfillment in the state, saying the best is even yet to come.
I assure you, under this leadership, our interest is to serve Nigeria. We will not abuse trust. I assure you, the programs mentioned here about development of the Niger Delta will be taken even more seriously. I expect you to please cooperate and vote APC from top to bottom.
A similar testimony on the giant strides by the Buhari administration in Delta State was also given when the Nigerian leader paid a courtesy visit to the Olu of Warri, His Majesty Ogiame Ikenwoli. In a speech read on his behalf, the highly revered monarch particularly commended President Buhari for executing projects very dear to the hearts of the Shekuris.
We asked for security in our creeks. This is done now. We asked for the dredging of the Eskramos and Warri rivers. This is ongoing. We asked for work to resume on the age-long Koko-Oyeye Road. This is ongoing. We asked for ecological intervention in some of our communities. Today we can all see what is going on in Urugbo and some of our other communities, and we commend you for it.
President Muhammadu Buhari told the royal fathers that the modest achievements recorded by his administration couldn't have been possible without their support, understanding and cooperation. He called for sustenance in the overall interests of their people and the nation.
We will not spare anybody that we record and we got evidence that he has shortchanged this country at any level of the three tiers of government, the federal, the state, and the local government. I am appealing Your Majesty for your understanding and support.
The president and his entourage also paid a similar visit to the OV of Owi, Emmanuel Sideso, but discussions were held behind closed doors. From Warri, Delta State, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
In the meantime, President Buhari says his interest in seeking re-election is to secure Nigeria and to build a united nation that everyone can be proud of. The president at the APC presidential rally held in Edo State assured the people of more developmental projects if re-elected. Political correspondent Salihu Abdullahi reports.
The APC presidential campaign team was in Edo State, home state of the party's national chairman, Comrade Adams Oshiomhole, where President Muhammadu Buhari reiterated his administration's commitment to strengthen key government agencies tasked with the responsibilities to fight corruption.
We are doing our best. We are just following the slow system where we have to face people with facts and try and take them before the courts and get them successfully prosecuted. And what we realize, I assure you, sooner than later, I will get the EFCC and ICPC to give a comprehensive press conference to tell Nigerians how much we have recovered and where it is and what we intend to do with it.
President Muhammadu Buhari says his last campaign messages in 2015 that led to his victory are still relevant in view of the government's efforts in creating an enabling environment for a stable nation where socio-economic activities will thrive.
When we are looking for your votes in 2015, we assure you we would like you to reflect and make sure that we certainly made some progress. This is on security. It was not the same in Northeast as it is now. It's not the same even in Delta. We have relative peace. And on the economy, we have encouraged farmers. We talked to the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development and Central Bank. They gave soft loans to the farmers. And we succeeded in virtual having food security. And we are saving hundreds of millions of dollars, not even naira, by not importing food products.
Other speakers, including the national chairman of the APC, Comrade Adams Oshiomhole, says the Buhari administration has fulfilled promises made to the people.
What you have done through your agricultural policy is to show that the Nigerian rural people who live on farming will get value for their farm produce. As they become wealthy and wealthy, and wealthy, rural poverty will disappear. It doesn't disappear through sermon. It doesn't disappear through self-pity. It disappears through well-thought-out economic policies which you are doing through agriculture. President Buhari has told me, he was mentioning in the palace, that we will do everything to make sure that Edo people get electricity. This election is about comparisons. We must compare what they have achieved to what we have achieved. They've been in power for 16 years, and we have just been in power for 3.5 years. In that 3.5 years, Itabewari passes through Edo. So we can clearly say that we have given Edo people their will.
The rally was well attended by party faithful from within and around the country. In Abuja, Salihu Abdullahi, NTA News.
And still in his quest for re-election, President Muhammadu Buhari says his administration's commitment to three cardinal agenda of fighting corruption, insecurity, and reviving the economy is a solid foundation for social development that requires the commitment of well-meaning Nigerians in building a better future for the nation and its citizenry. President Buhari and Vice President Yemi Osinbajo were guests on the program The Candidates, which provided a unique platform for direct interaction between them and as candidates of the governing All Progressives Congress and the public ahead of the 2019 polls. Salihu Abdullahi reports.
It was an engaging moment for President Muhammadu Buhari and Vice President Yemi Osinbajo as candidates of one of the leading political parties in Nigeria with the audience that participated in the interactive town hall session. President Muhammadu Buhari said achievements recorded in the last 3 years of the first tenure of his administration will be solidified if re-elected, and steps are being taken to ensure effective implementation of developmental policies.
The three fundamental objectives we campaigned on in 2015 are still relevant. And we want to remind Nigerians to see when we started, 2015, where we are now, what we have been able to do in between this time of 3.5 years with the resources and the time available to us.
On security, President Muhammadu Buhari confirmed that Boko Haram insurgency has been incapacitated, while the federal government is working on a long-term plan to ensure harmonious relationship between herders and farmers across the country.
Boko Haram was holding 17 local governments in the northeast. They are not holding any local government now. The best you can get about the performance of this administration vis-a-vis stopping that Boko Haram occupation of Nigeria is when you visit Maiduguri or beyond. People go back to the land they are farming. They go back to the office. They can drive from Maiduguri to Kano virtually any time of the day, which wasn't happening when we came in.
Vice President Yemi Osinbajo said government social intervention programs are yielding results.
We started the largest program for social investment in the history of this country. That's why we have the conditional cash transfers. We're giving the poorest people in our country today 5,000 naira every month. We're only able to give we're hoping we'll be able to give about 1 million to start with. But in order to prevent stark poverty and malnutrition, we're doing our homegrown school feeding. We're feeding 9.2 million children every single day in public primary schools.
This edition of The Candidate was attended by top government officials, politicians, and members of the public who heard directly from the candidate and asked them questions on governance and agenda for the next level. In Abuja, Salihu Abdullahi, NTA News.
And staying with politics, the Freedom and Justice Party says it believes in the credibility, neutrality and commitment of the Independent National Electoral Commission to steer the 2019 electoral process to a logical conclusion. The party's presidential candidate, Dr. Abraham Brickforth Onwuya, stated this during an interactive session with the media in Abuja. Timothy Yusuf reports.
The Freedom and Justice Party presidential candidate explained that the party is pleased with the 2019 election guidelines recently released by the Independent National Electoral Commission ahead of the general elections.
We in the Freedom and Justice Party want to make it clear that the credibility and independence of INEC to conduct free, fair, credible election is not in doubt. I want to plead to all politicians not to overheat the polity.
Meanwhile, the national chairman of Action Alliance, Kenneth Udeze, at a media briefing in Abuja says Uche Nwosu remains the party's governorship candidate in Imo State.
We don't need any infraction in our party. In fact, there should not be room for that.
He urged members of the party to play the game according to the rules. In Abuja, Timothy Yusuf, NT News.
And APC governorship candidate Chief Hope Uzodinma says the people of the Southeast have resolved to vote massively for President Muhammadu Buhari to ensure his re-election. He stated this during the official unveiling of his 5-point blueprint for Imo economic survival, anchored on a vision of recovery, reconstruction and rehabilitation held in Owerri, Imo State. Bright Ibucho reports.
The Imo APC flag bearer, Chief Hope Uzodinma, has unveiled his roadmap for Imo State economic survival and development. He said his goal is to turn Imo State into a knowledge-driven economy and to accelerate the development through manpower development, provide comprehensive Medicare focused on enhanced primary and secondary health care, create a rapid economic diversification through rural-urban integrated development, including a shift from core public sector-driven to a knowledge-based economy and institutionalized democratic values in governance, among others.
I may bold to announce that the high point in this platform is a firm commitment to a new era of democratic governance characterized by adherence to the rule of law. Our vision of a new Imo State is predicated on freedom, security, shared prosperity, welded into good governance.
Some stakeholders say the initiative to consult on his manifesto is the right step in the right direction. The event also featured the official unveiling of Chief Hope Uzodinma's manifesto. The occasion had in attendance high-profile APC stakeholders on the state and federal level, traditional rulers, private and public institutions, and other elites in the state. In Owerri, Bright Ebuchu, NTA News.
And more support for the candidate of the governing party as a group known as Igala and Basa have formed an alliance towards the re-election of President Buhari in February's general elections. Jacob Sani reports that the Buhari support group sealed the alliance at Anyigba, Dekina local government area of Kogi State.
Unity Square, popularly known as Igala Unity Runabout at Anyigba, was the meeting point of the people of Basaland, from where they move in convoy to the CMM Primary School field, venue of the rally. The Alliance for Buhari Continuity mentioned zero tolerance for corruption, good road network across the country, access to facilities for business development, housing for all segments in the society, school feeding, among others, was some of the selling points of President Muhammadu Buhari administration.
A leadership of goodwill and strong will, a leadership that we can trust, and a leadership that is respected. We are here with this Mammal crowd to express our support for Baba Buhari for 2019.
I'm 101% sure that he's going to be re-elected based on his record of achievement. We are going to use our power that is in us to elect President Muhammadu Buhari for a second term.
Igala Basa are the major tribes that make up Kogi East Senatorial District of the state. From Anyigba, I am Jacob Sani, NT News.
And reports reaching our news desk say the campaign entourage of Taraba State APC governorship candidate Sani Abubakar Danladi was attacked by unknown gunmen in Wukari local government area. Director General of the campaign organization, Bowai Balaka Igama, who confirmed the attack, says although no life was lost, several cars were burnt during the incident. He also confirmed that the APC governorship candidate is safe. The APC campaign entourage was on its way to Ibi local government area to flag off the governorship rally. Meanwhile, the state government has imposed a curfew on Wukari local government area following the violence to prevent further breakdown of law and order. And a federal Capital Territory High Court sitting in Kubwa has dismissed an application filed by the All Progressives Congress seeking for stay of execution of an earlier judgment of the court in respect of the party's governorship primary election in Abia State. Aliu Tukur reports.
On 29th of November last year, the FCT High Court confirmed Ikechi Emenike as the Abia State All Progressive Congress governorship candidate instead of Uche Oga. With this, the APC appealed and filed for a stay of execution of the judgment pending the outcome of the appeal. Arguing the matter, counsel to Emenike urged the court to dismiss the application on grounds that it is not in line with Order 61, Rule 2 of the FCT High Court, which stipulates the appeal should be heard within 28 days. On the other hand, counsel to APC prayed the court to discountenance the submission of the defense and grant the application. Delivering the ruling, Justice Keziah Ogbonna says, for a court to grant for a stay of execution of its judgment, there has to be an appeal pending before the court, which the applicant failed to prove, adding that the application was filed out of time, which is contrary to Order 61, Rule 2 of the court. She therefore dismissed the application for lack of merit.
This goes to show that the earlier judgment delivered by the Honorable Court is still subsisting.
We have already notified them of our intention to appeal the decision. It should appeal as if we entered on this decision, on this matter. So invariably, we will approach the Court of Appeal and ensure that we file a motion of stay again.
The case has been ongoing since March last year in Abia State High Court. In Abuja, Aliu Tukur, NTA News.
And turning to the electoral umpire now, lecturers in universities with questionable character will not be used as returning or collation officers for the 2019 general elections. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu stated this during a meeting with Vice-Chancellors of Nigerian universities. Mia Ugidi reports.
So, Mr. Chairman,
these are Vice-Chancellors of universities in Nigeria, strategic stakeholders in the electoral process, and INEC is once again requesting their services to serve as returning officers for governorship elections and collation officers for the presidential elections in next month. Yes, they accepted the offer, though beyond their academic prowess, character and integrity also stand as additional requirement.
Those who are known to be involved in partisan politics or in any way associated with partisan politics will not be involved in election duty. We need neutral people so that we further protect the integrity of the process.
We have to exhibit complete neutrality. Integrity is the watchword, and the world is watching us. So we can't expect any less from any Vice-Chancellor.
INEC has published the final list of presidential and National Assembly candidates for the elections.
Yes, we are going to paste the list in all the states, and we are going to put it on our website for the nominated candidates for the presidential and National Assembly elections.
The final list for governorship, state houses of assembly, and the Federal Capital Territory elections will be released at the end of January. Mie Ogidi, NT News.
It's time for our first break. More reports when Network News returns in just a moment. Stay with us.
This used to be me. But that was before I got the perfect bag. It's handy and easy to use. All I need in one compact space, just like my MTN Extra Value plan. I used to get one plan for my calls and then try to remember which data plan worked for me. Roaming was a totally different ballgame. Not anymore. I've got the MTN Extra Value all-in-one plan. If you're a data buff like me, you get extra data with some talk time. And if you like to make calls, you get extra talk time with some data. And when I'm abroad, I automatically browse, chat, and call right on the same plan. MTN Extra Value was made just for me.
More of data or calls, whichever one you prefer. MTN Extra Value is made just for you.
Buhari na you we want. Buhari na you we sabi. These other people now mouths them there. All these other people
Oh yes, so people of Lagos State say now President Muhammadu Buhari them go vote for this election when they come, so because them don't see all the good work what they do to make our country better. Election time now the time for sweet mouth. Some of them fit to use sweet mouth collect banana from monkey hand, but President Buhari now proper talk na do person. That is why we all go vote him, so if it to complete all the good work what they do for Lagos State and everywhere for Nigeria. People of Lagos, make we all come out on election day and vote Muhammadu Buhari as president of Nigeria. Professor Yemi Oshibajo, vice president. This one na time for the next level. Now a Koplo support group power this message.
The 5,000 naira where we need to buy UTME form for junior, he never complete.
Mama Junior. President Muhammadu Buhari don't reduce price of UTME and DE form from 5,000 naira to 3,500 naira, excluding the money for reading text. JAMB go begin sell 2019 UTME and direct entry application form from January 10 to February 21, 2019. The exam go sell for 16 to 23 March. For general detail, make you go to ibas.jamb.gov.ng or download the app from Google Play Store. To register by form, text surname, first name plus middle name to 55019. JAMB go send profile code wey get 10 character. Now this profile code candidate go fill when they pay for JAMB form. After payment, candidate go receive e-pin for him phone. Now this e-pin candidate go take go any accredited JAMB CBT center to complete online registration. Don't use another person phone number to take register.
JAMB, enhancing academic excellence.
Election 2019 is here.
This is a clarion call to all Nigerians by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. On February 16, 2019, presidential and National Assembly elections will be conducted nationwide. Similarly, on March 2, 2019, governorship and state assembly elections will take place. INEC is committed to making the 2019 general elections the best we have ever had. Credible persons are being recruited and trained to handle polling units and collation centers at all levels. Our card readers have been upgraded and will be deployed to all polling units to prevent voter impersonation. We will involve technology in the conduct of elections to prevent fraud. Your votes will count. Join hands with the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Let's make Nigeria proud. This message is from the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. INEC, making your votes count, consolidating our democracy.
This is to invite the general public to the formal presentation of the book, Testing the Grade of Public Service, an autobiography of Malam Adamu Liman Chiroma, under the chairmanship of Malam Mahmoud Yayel Ahmed, Ajian Katagun. Book presenter, Alhaji Dr. Aminu Dantata. Book reviewer, Professor Abubakar Rashid, Executive Secretary, AUC. Chief host, Malam Nasir Ahmed El Rafai, Executive Governor, Kaduna State. Date, Saturday, 26 January 2019, by 9 a.m. at Arewa House, Kaduna. Announcer, Book Launch Committee.
Buhari Support Organization, Niger State Chapter, invites the public to the APC Presidential Campaign Rally, commissioning of Niger State BSO Campaign Headquarters and 100 BSO Campaign Vehicles. Venue, Mina Polo Ground, beside Engineer A.A. Kure Market, Old Airport Road, Mina. Commissioning of BSO Campaign Headquarters and 100 BSO Campaign Vehicles. Venue, A61, Moazi Mohammed Road, opposite Old Secretariat, Mina. Date, Saturday, 19th January 2019. Time, 9:30 a.m. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Chief host, His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Abubakar Sani Bello, Governor, Niger State. Buhari Support Organization. Announcer.
The Vice Chancellor, Engineer Professor Emmanuel O. Aluyo, FNSE, on behalf of Governing Council, Senate, staff and students of Edo University, Yamo, ranked third best university in Nigeria in the 2018 National Universities Commission NUC OER ranking. Hereby invites the general public to the commissioning of the first ever Canvas Learning Management System, LMS, in West Africa, and the second Edo University Yamo public lecture under the distinguished chairmanship of Mr. Godwin Ogase Obase Obaseki, Executive Governor Edo State and visitor to the university. Guest lecturer Professor Peter A. Okebukola, former NUC Executive Secretary. Date 22nd January 2019. Time 11 a.m. Venue Aliko Dangote Auditorium, Edo University, Yamo. Special guest of honor Malam Ademu, Minister of Education. Signed Dr. Mrs. Isoka Oboro, Registrar.
The Honorable Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, cordially invites the general public to testimonies of change, showcasing the achievements of the Buhari administration from the perspective of Nigerians themselves. Date, Sunday, 20th January 2019. Venue, Banquet Hall, State House, Abuja. Time, 5 p.m. prompt. Announcer, Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
Thanks for staying with us. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo presided over the National Executive Council meeting to discuss issues of national interest. State House correspondent reports that the new minimum wage featured prominently during the meeting, which also focused on agriculture and education.
State by state on out-of-school children. INEC suggested, and it was agreed, that each state should interrogate the data provided by the minister and make a presentation to INEC, giving a common template, because sometimes there are template issues. So the way the data is reported might be different if a common template is not agreed. So using a common template.
In the meantime, the federal government, in partnership with the government of Brazil, has launched an agricultural initiative aimed at boosting agricultural production in Nigeria. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo launched the program, which is geared towards introducing advanced Brazilian agricultural equipment, as well as establishing training centers for Nigerian farmers. Musa Baba Aliyu has the details.
Green Imperative is a Brazilian model that drives Brazilian agricultural productivity through mechanization and the use of heavy-duty equipment in the production and processing of farm produce. Nigeria is to key into the program with a view to complementing the green alternative policy being implemented by the federal government. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo says the focus of government is not only to boost food production, but also to create job opportunity for the young unemployed youth in the country.
This project would mean a combination of service centers where technical capacity and training will occur, to the local assembly of tractors and other agricultural machine and processing, other agricultural machines. And then we're also going to have processing centers where agro-processing will be done. Of course, the major dividend of all of this are the hundreds of thousands of quality jobs that young men and women will be able to access.
We estimate that we could train around 100,000 young Nigerians under the Empower Agro Youth program. Brazilian companies will export parts of 10,000 tractors and 50,000 machines and equipments.
The program, which will be jointly executed by Nigeria and Brazil, is described as the biggest investment in Africa, and it is expected to attract more than $1.1 billion in the country.
Machines will be available under this scheme. Those of you who benefit from them, utilize them well. There will be spare parts. Produce, market, repay the loans under which this scheme is going to be put together.
Its implementation will be purely private sector-led in all of its operations, including the assembly of the machineries and implements, the operation of the service centers, and the agro-processing centers. The project will be implemented in all of the 774 local governments of Nigeria.
Nigeria is also making a move to key into the More Food program of Brazil, designed to address rural poverty through food production and processing. In Abuja, Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
Minister of Interior and that of Information have given a pass mark to the efforts at protecting the territorial integrity of Nigeria in the last 3.5 years. This was at the ministerial briefing to showcase the achievements of the Buhari administration. Murjanatu Adam Said reports.
It's a ministry that is saddled with the responsibility of internal security.
It was the time of Interior Ministry to give account of its performance as the Minister of Information hosts all ministers to ministerial briefing. The Interior Minister Abdurrahman Bello Dambazo pointed out that fighting insurgency is a regional responsibility and Nigeria's insecurity challenge needs not only the support and cooperation of other nations to keep the peace in the region, but also the support of all citizens at all levels. He said strengthening the capacities of all the services has been the objectives of the Buhari-led administration, and the efforts are paying off.
We are making, but quite a lot is going on to ensure that anything about rural banditry is dealt with.
Minister of Information Lai Mohammed acknowledged the successes of the Interior Ministry in safeguarding the citizens.
Service chiefs, the directors, the management of the Ministry of Interior for making this session a very successful one.
Both ministers assure that policies being implemented will yield more results and urge Nigerians to support the government. In Abuja, Murjanatu Adam Said, NTA News.
Let's turn to the legislature now. And on the second day of its resumption, the Senate passed a motion urging the federal government to immortalize the late former president of Nigeria, Shehu Shagari, by naming a national monument after him. National Assembly correspondent Ignatius Nkwo has more.
By conveyed to the Senate,
Thursday's plenary was the first major legislative business of the Senate in 2019. And the second motion for consideration was on the legacies of the late former president, Shehu Shagari. Senator Ibrahim Dambaba from Sokoto South moved the motion, following which other senators eulogized the late former president.
Send a high-powered delegation of this hallowed chamber to condole with the family of the deceased.
Everybody respected President Shehu Shagari. If anything happened later, in 1984, it was definitely not because of the president. We lost an honest, sincere leader.
He initiated the development of the Federal Capital Territory.
In late President Shehu Shagari, a personality with a character that is difficult to find.
Thereof, 4 lanes, 2 lanes, all this express road, he started them.
Was a humble person. And after he left office, Mr. President, he never tried to impose his will on the people of this country. He retired back to his village in Shagari.
A patriotic Nigerian, a true leader.
Looking back in his days, I think one of his greatest attributes is his commitment to the unity of Nigeria.
The legislators said special prayer for the departed. In the meantime, Senate has confirmed the appointment of Monde Udotom as Resident Electoral Commissioner and Chidi Izuwa as Director General Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission. Meanwhile, the bill seeking to establish a commission that will ensure that charities are working legally and independent has been passed for first reading. From the National Assembly, Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
And Speaker, House of Representatives Yakubu Dogara says the 2019 appropriation bill is a major assignment before the National Assembly, urging that work on it be accelerated in order not to impede the business of government. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali reports that the Speaker said this at Thursday's plenary.
With about 5 months to the end of the 8th Assembly and the 2019 general elections around the corner, Speaker Yakubu Dogara is urging members to strike a balance between legislative duties and participation in election process. Second reading of the 2019 appropriation bill was, however, moved to another date.
In view of the fact that members have not received copies of the appropriation bill, it is my suggestion that we will not take the debate on the second reading on the appropriation bill until members have copies.
Thursday's plenary featured tributes to late former President Shehu Shagari and their late colleague, Representative Abayomi Ayola.
During Shagari, that the popular machine tools in Osogbo was established.
Was a father to all Nigerians, irrespective of tribe or religion.
Is a selfless and altruistic leader.
Being our caucus leader, Lagos caucus leader here, Ayola was able to bring all of us together.
The legislators commended federal government's decision to immortalize the late former president. While taking matters of urgent importance, the House called for assistance to victims of the recent fire incident at Kefi Market and the establishment of Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs.
Without the intervention of the federal government, these traders may not be able to continue their respective businesses.
10 bills related to basic and tertiary education were laid before the House, while the report on the repeal and enactment of the Companies and Allied Matters Act was considered and adopted at the Committee of the Whole. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
INEC holds interactive session with traditional rulers in Lagos. Let's join Michael in our Lagos studio for details of that and other reports. Michael? Sorry, we seem to have lost audio from our Lagos studio. We'll try and return to Lagos at some appropriate time after taking care of that hitch. Now, the Executive Secretary, National Lottery Trust Fund, Malam Bello Maigari, has assured the Council of Legal Education of the fund's support in the provision of sporting facilities to campuses of the Nigerian Law School. This was during a courtesy visit to the fund by the management of the Nigerian Law School in Abuja. Emmanuel Ayimiro reports.
The Nigerian Law School is a multi-campus institution spread across the country, training over 6,000 lawyers yearly, but without adequate sporting facilities. With the mandate of the Lottery Trust Fund to take custody of certain percentage of the proceeds for the execution of projects in sports, water and other infrastructure facilities, the Director General, Law School, Professor Issa Hayatu Chiroma, is seeking the partnership of the fund in the provision of sports facilities for the schools. The Executive Secretary of the National Lottery Trust Fund, Bello Maigari, welcomed the school's request, stating the readiness of the fund to provide the required facilities in phases in order to cater for the 5 campuses of the institution. Bello Maigari also assured the visitors of the readiness of the fund to enhance the law school library to e-library standard. Stating his commitment to the fight against drug abuse, Maigari recalled that the fund has intervened in providing health facilities in 10 locations in various rural areas and over 2,000 sporting facilities provided to public primary schools across the country in the last 4 years. He reaffirmed his readiness towards establishing working relationship with the law school. Emmanuel Ayemiro, NTA News.
We'll take another break now. The news continues shortly.
Next. Lagbaja. Omo baba muko.
Na baba be that.
How do I know you are not an impostor? Oh yeah, play me something.
Abba, my band members are all over the world. Let me connect with them on Glow 4G and make some great music for you. Who's on Glow here?
I got Glow. I've got Glow too.
I go show you.
Hello, sir.
Aleki, Gogo, Jide, Guitar, Uzo, give me Konga. Ahmed, keyboard. 1, 2, 3. No matter where you are in the world, rest assured, Glow has you covered. Glow August SIM, the unrivaled big boss of data. Upgrade to a 4G SIM for free and get 125% bonus. Also enjoy 25% data bonus on all auto renewals. Dial *777# to choose.
It's really tough right now. It's hard to expand my business.
Exactly. You know, many farmers depend on me. All these banks saying they don't see my vision.
Good evening, gentlemen. Sorry for interrupting. That's not exactly true.
How do you know?
I'm living proof. Mind if I join you?
Not at all.
Just last year, I had planned to expand my hospitality business. It was tough, but I met the right people.
So, who exactly are these people?
My bank, FCMB. Eddie, their bills on the house. I forgot to mention, this is one of our hotels. Have a great night, gentlemen.
With the right guys who believe in your visions, getting to your desired destination is easier and quicker. Let's help you take the next step. FCMB, my bank, and I.
Helen!
Hey, where's your mom?
Today is her toilet day.
What?
Helen!
Toilet day?
Tomorrow you're hosting a party and it's a matter of my reputation.
Even if you spend your entire day cleaning with all this, it still won't be party ready.
Impossible! Challenge?
New Ticker Harpic 10X. Even if you use this solution 10 times, it won't give you the same cleaning like Harpic because its new Ticker formulation sticks to the bowl better, giving you a sparkling clean toilet.
Wow!
New Harpic 10X
gives me the freedom from toilet day.
What's up?
His friends didn't come.
Hey, let's practice.
But you're going out.
Don't worry about me.
Nothing satisfies a mother more than seeing a child grow up. But I know as he sweats, he'll face the risk of germs which can cause skin irritation.
That's why you need the new best ever Dettol Cool. Its new advanced formulation with extra menthol protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs and gives your family icy cool freshness.
Growing up needs Dettol protection.
When I was a little girl, I loved spending time with Mum and Grandma cleaning the house. I was so excited to sing in the choir. And your shirts are always so white. I knew what Mum's secret was. Today, I'm a modern woman that still trusts the secrets passed down to me. It's Jik, of course. The original trusted bleach, which can be used all around your house for amazing results.
Shh, it's our little secret.
It's no secret. It's Jik's best ever extra whitening power. Just Jik it.
Team huddle.
But we lost.
Don't be tired, guys. This isn't a loss. It's a practice for winning.
Nothing makes a mother prouder than seeing her child growing up. But I know as he learns to lead, he'll face even more dirt, germs, and risk of illness.
That's why in changing seasons, you need strong Dettol protection. Because Dettol protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Growing up needs Dettol protection.
The Candidates, a presidential town hall co-production between Daria Media and NTA, supported by the MacArthur Foundation. Kingsley Mogalu and running mate Omar Getso of the Young Progressive Party, Muhammadu Buhari and running mate Yemi Osinbajo of the All Progressives Congress, Omoyele Sowore and running mate Rabiu Ahmed Rufai of the African Action Congress, Atiku Abubakar and running mate Peter Obi of the People's Democratic Party. Moderator Kadria Ahmed.
Next town hall, Wednesday, 23rd January, with Omoyele Sowore and running mate Rabiu Ahmed Rufai of the African Action Congress.
Town hall venue, Sheraton Hotel, Abuja, from 7 to 9 p.m. The candidates will be broadcast live on NTA and other partner TV and radio stations, as well as streamed online on NTA and dtv.media. If you're over 18 and want to be part of the audience, apply online at daria.media or use the hashtag NGTheCandidates or participate online using the hashtag NGTheCandidates.
Right. Call it a New Year goodie or Santa bearing gifts in January and you won't be wrong, as Peugeot Automobile Nigeria debuts one of the brand's best-selling models with a new look. Correspondent Abdul Malik Adiu reports that this is a major comeback after 14 years of Pan's last production in Nigeria.
A new dawn signaling the return of Peugeot pickup into Nigeria.
The position now for the company is to come back and reclaim its pride of place in the market space.
The motive here is simple: to accelerate the internalization of the brand with the fundamental need for robustness, endurance, and 4x4 drivetrain.
The vehicle is coming in with values that far exceed what is out there with the competition, both in terms of the acquisition price, in terms of the maintenance cost or ownership cost of this vehicle. So, and the vehicle performs to the highest standard. So the question really is, why wouldn't any customer choose Peugeot over any other product?
For any product to be successful, it has to be in tune with the cultural climate and terrain of that environment. And we believe Peugeot has done that.
Now, at the center of this car is a large grille, which indicates an emblem of a lion, which signifies the African pride. Rugged, strong, and built for tough. Though no area has been neglected in the creation of this new generation vehicle, the assertive styling and Peugeot lettering stamped on its rear panel, many says, echoes its illustrious forebears, Peugeot 404 and Peugeot 504 pickups. And for customers who desire a work tool that is reliable in every circumstance, easy to use and maintain, Pan says a visit to its dealers will certainly be worth the while. In Abuja, Abdul Malik Adio, NTA News.
I wouldn't mind to get my hands on one of those. Time for us to go over to Sokoto and join Sadia for more news.
And welcome to Sokoto, seat of the Caliphate. A cross-section of Nigerians in Sokoto State, especially motorists, have applauded President Muhammadu Buhari-led administration for according unparalleled attention to the provision of road infrastructure. Muhammad Nasir reports that the motorists expressed the belief that the road rehabilitation will boost the economy.
Economic growth and development of any nation. Road infrastructure generate connections between geographically separated locations for both commercial and individual needs. Federal government decision to award contract for the reconstruction of many roads across the country has been described by many as a strategy that will ensure even development. For instance, motorists plying Usman Nampolo University Road are undoubtedly happy and grateful to APC-led administration. The road contribute a lot to the socio-economic life of people of Sokoto, especially students of Usman Nampolo University.
The road was very rough. If you are going to school, you'll be thinking of maybe you will encounter accident or anything like that. But now, alhamdulillah, the road is smooth.
The state of the road before was so dilapidated. At least for now, the road is smooth.
Another giant stride made by President Buhari in roads infrastructure was total rehabilitation of Sokoto, Tambuwal, Jega, Kwantagora road. Motorists say the rehabilitation of the road is impacting positively on their lives.
Exactly from Tambuwal up to Dakoko, we have to use hours before we reach there. One now is a question of minutes.
From Sokoto to Koko, the road has been rehabilitated and it is now smooth.
Traffic crashes have reduced drastically. In Sokoto, Muhammad Nasir, NTA News.
Independent National Electoral Commission INEC says in 2015 presidential elections, Sokoto State alone recorded 42,110 invalid votes. This is coming as National Orientation Agency in Sokoto State hosts Northwest Voter Education Campaign. Sheikh Muhammad Detti completes the report.
The Northwest sensitization on voter education and how to avoid invalid votes is coming at a time when relevant stakeholders are intensifying efforts to ensure H-free 2019 general elections. National Orientation Agency is ready to sensitize the electorate on how to avoid too many invalid votes, ensure peaceful election, as well as sensitize the electorate against votes buying and selling on elections day.
What we want to achieve is complete elimination or drastic reduction of voided votes.
The National Orientation Agency is determined to sensitize the electorate so the 2019 general elections are free, fair, and credible.
Sultanate Council's message was on the need for youths to shun political thuggery. High point was the demonstration on how to turn print on the ballot paper, as well as the best way to fold it while casting votes. In Sokoto, Show Mahamadetti, NTA News.
That's all from this end. It's now back to Cyril in Abuja. Good evening.
Thank you, Sadia. And time for another quick break.
Buhari Support Organization, Niger State Chapter, invites the public to the APC Presidential Campaign Rally, commissioning of Niger State BSO Campaign Headquarters and 100 BSO Campaign Vehicles. Venue, Mina Polo Ground, beside Engineer A.A. Kure Market, Old Airport Road, Mina. Commissioning of BSO Campaign Headquarters and 100 BSO Campaign Vehicles. Venue, A61, Moazi Mohammed Road, opposite Old Secretariat, Mina. Date, Saturday, 19th January 2019. Time, 9:30 a.m. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Chief host, His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Abubakar Sani Bello, Governor, Niger State. Buhari Support Organization, announcer.
2019 elections are coming. Do not let yourselves be used by politicians. Do not allow your emotions go haywire. Do not be a tool to cause mayhem. No election matter is worth the destruction of lives and properties. Be wise. Don't be a violent Nigerian youth. Don't get involved in any act of violence. Your future is at stake. Shun violence during elections. This message is from the National Orientation Agency.
Now for a peep at the weather prospects.
Hello and welcome to the weather forecast brought to you from Nigerian